Good morning. Welcome to the Wildings Landing. Thought we would begin to do some garden tours. And because there's multiple gardens, it'll probably be multiple videos. We'll see how lengthy this one gets. I attempted to do this video for you guys before we left on our anniversary vacation and got 22 minutes in and camera died. So, well, phone died. Something happened. It aggravated me. So I thought we'd walk around, see what's going on in the herb slash flower slash, there's a few vegetables going on in here. A little bit of everything. We got hit pretty hard with that freeze a bit ago, and this is a palm that is coming back. Down here, you can kind of, I hope you can see where it's coming back. And the base didn't get killed off, just the foliage. See, there's some green coming back in there, so I'll cut it back and it'll do its thing. It's okay. It's a Christmas palm that my son planted for me a long time ago. And I apologize if my shadow gets in the way here. I try to shoot where that's not happening. And you're going to see strawberries throughout this garden. There's strawberries everywhere. But we got one right back there. Let's see if I can get it in light where I'm not shadowing it. Sort of. There we go. I've been bringing some of my compost in here and just kind of working it around the beds. Big container of mint there. And that's our Okinawa spinach, which I have growing everywhere. It's literally just everywhere. It's here around the base of our bamboo. It's around the base of the lemongrass. Wow, I really am in my own light. Maybe I ought to back up. Do this walking backwards, maybe. Excuse me. Got a little oak trying to pop up there in between my asparagus and lemongrass. And this is my asparagus. It's all in pots right now, but when we get to the other side of the garden, I'll show you what's going on. We're transforming things into raised beds. More Okinawa spinach here. And in that bed, we've got bright light Swiss chard, red bar kale, and in the back was spinach, but it never really took. This was one of the beds I had a problem getting spinach to propagate in. Got strawberries back here that got to water the compost in that I just put on them. This one is zinnias and will be dill because I know some of the dill has dropped its seeds there. I've been collecting the seeds from this dill to use both as a spice and to replant. Got several containers of it. It's amazing how much seed dill puts off. And right back there we have an aramith that I have found quite delicious. Really enjoying that. Got some green onions popping up here. Some strawberries back there. Green onion, aramith, and of course some more dill. The pollinators love to have this dill, so I let a lot of it go to flower. And we'll have it throughout the summer, so not real worried about harvesting and preserving it right away. Kind of like to keep the pollinators happy. We've got some kale going on here. We've got some kale going on right there. A few little strawberry plants in there behind them. This is some more kale that needs to be weeded. More aramith. The zinnias are looking absolutely gorgeous. This is Beijing grass, which is a medicinal grass. Use it. I'm doing more research, but diabetes is the biggest thing that I've seen it used for to treat. And I mentioned earlier the raised beds. These types of raised beds are going to be surrounding the perimeter of the garden. I'm thinking about replacing all of those with raised beds, all of the perimeter. I think I'll keep the containers in the middle, but Yep, that's what kind of one of the things I'm working on. The materials to build the next one are right there. We've got another beautiful pot of zinnias here. Take in close, you can see a pretty one. A lot of them are in the shade right now because of the solar panels. Marigolds are starting to pop down here with the mint. Another container of mint. I cleaned this mint up some yesterday. It was a lot more in here. And started planting it as a ground cover around different things in different areas of the property. I'm letting this lettuce go to seed. I'm letting all my lettuce go to seed, but that's just kind of, I nicknamed it yesterday. I walked out here to start gathering some seeds, and I was like, okay, it's the seed garden right now. You know, so I kind of feel like that again. But the pollinators love that, and it gives me a chance to save seeds for next year. Well, later in the fall. And this is some mint and green onions. And over here I've got some cilantro that's going to coriander. If you don't know, the seed from a cilantro is actually coriander, the spice. I'm saving some for both. I don't use a lot of coriander as far as a spice, though. And in my personal opinion, this is the prettiest little container I've got going on. This has got basil. Believe it or not, there's a lot of strawberries down there. And zinnia. And it looks like the red sales lettuce from that container's wanting to hang out over here too and bloom. That's okay. And get down here and show you how big these strawberries are. It seems like, and I don't have any proof of this, didn't even really look this up, but just based on observation, that strawberries really like basil. Because these strawberry plants, I don't know if you guys can really see down in there, but these strawberry plants are huge. They're definitely my healthiest plants. I mean, can you guys see that? Those are big strawberry plants right there. So, in my opinion, that companion planting is done real well. And again, letting some things go to seed here. And there's so many seeds. Got some more strawberries down there that grew real well with this lettuce. Again, this is another bed of mint that I've been working on, just pulling roots out, letting it get restarted. Pull the old roots out so that new stuff can grow. Mint seems to kind of regenerate itself if given the right room to do so. This is some kale that we've had a lot of bug pressure. I've been slacking on the spraying. So we got a lot of things with holes in it. There's some more kale right there. Some basil and kale there. This container I need to get planted. I don't know what I'm going to put in it yet. This is one of our red lettuces. Most of the stuff in this garden, not all, but most, came from Kitchen Botanicals. And that is a red romaine that she has on her site. That's just, whoa, gosh, is it good. Really enjoy that. This red sales lettuce that I'm letting go to seed came from her too. I'm really enjoying that one. This is our last little carrot, and the verdict's still out whether I'm going to let it go to seed, because our last carrot seed experiment ended up with a fail because of lack of water. So I might redo that. I know it's a 2-year-long process, and I dread going through that again, but just put some compost in this one. That's our fennel that's also really suffering from a lack of water situation. With this rain starting now on a more regular basis, things are obviously going to look better. And if you want to see an example of bug pressure, holy macaroni, I'm about to show you. Look over here at my calendula. This is like Swiss cheese calendula. That could be part of my problem right there. Can y'all see that little bugger? That one? But anyway, it came in blurry. But Mama gonna get in here and start spraying. I really wanted the calendula for the flowers, not the leaves. So when I get them harvested, I grew some out in the other gardens as, borders. But, I'm just learning. I hadn't grown it before now, so. But I do want to harvest some of the flowers and use them for teas and salves and stuff, if I get enough. Borage. One of my favorite things to grow. These little flowers are absolutely delicious. Taste real mildly like cucumber. Love snacking on those in the morning. I've also got sage and thyme and rosemary growing in here. I'm trying to see what my dogs were barking at, but I'm pretty sure it might have been a squirrel. And again, this is probably going to come out. Our neighbor's got a duck, and I'm probably going to just cut that off. That's not going to become a cauliflower, I don't believe. I'm probably going to cut it off and just let the duck have it. And over here, we've got onions and basil and such. This borage didn't take. It did, and then died off like almost immediately. And I'm not sure what happened there. And I've got something eating the tops of all of my basil. See that? How some have leaves and some don't. This is a purple basil. And something's eating literally the leaves. That's really weird. Got some little onion chives going on there. And this is our initial strawberry bed, the original one that I've been pulling out and babying off and pulling weeds. It's time for it to regenerate again. And over here, made this little pyramid garden, and it is primarily strawberries. Strawberries right there. Ooh, looks like I might get a breakfast. It's not quite ripe, but I don't think that's going to stop me from eating it. So good. So yummy. And we've got borage growing here. And we had some strawberries in here, but they didn't do as well. Got strawberries down here. Are you tired of hearing me saying we've got strawberries? Don't really have anything planted down there. It doesn't really get enough sun. Just kind of there for base. There's a little thyme here with some more strawberries. And right down here, strawberries seem to be doing better for me in shaded areas where they're a little more protected. So, something to think about if you're growing them. It just seems like where they're getting more shade, they're bigger leaves, healthier plants. Just slight observation. And here, we have a volunteer. It appears to be one of the volunteers that are out. I showed you, I think, on the last garden video. I said, what would you do? We also have one of those compost volunteers right here. We've got more borage growing here with strawberries down the middle of this garden and weeds and grass as well. And over here, I have spinach and sage. These 5 pots I have not quite decided. I wanted to try to pull off some more lettuce. This stays pretty shaded. Let's see if I could pull off some more lettuces, but I might not. It is getting late in the year for that. Here's some more strawberries. I swear I probably named this video More Strawberries, because I've said that 100 times. And that wraps up, for the most part, the herb garden. I've always referred to this as the Faith Garden. It was our very first garden on this property. Our compost over there. And it's kind of one of my favorite places to hang out, really. I love this garden. I'm going to make a seating area in this garden so that I can just kind of come and chill over here. Alright guys, thanks for joining us. We love you. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Subscribe to me. Talk to me. Got any questions? Please feel free to ask. And what are you growing? What kind of herbs and flowers? Seeing how this was mainly herbs and flowers, what kind of herbs and flowers are you guys growing? Let's talk about it. All right, you guys have a great day. And until we meet again, thank you.